The new thing that we added to LumiPro 2016, let me close out some of this stuff here, was this thing around presets. And what a preset is, it allows you to, you've done a lot of work, you've set her position, you've set her eyes, you've set the pose, you've composed a camera angle you like, you can save all this stuff. So let me walk you through this. What you do is you first say, I would like to save the lights, the camera, and the pose is already set. And it will, then I want to have 9 positions that I can save it in, and then I can hit save. Okay, and now it's saved that position. Let's pick something else just to give us something to compare and contrast with. I'm going to change the pose. I'm going to go into the color system and, let's pick another one. All right, we're going to change that. Let's change the lighting colors. Oops, change them all. We'll change the lighting colors here. We'll change the spotlight color. Let me go over to, I'll pick a tight spotlight on her for this particular shot. Medium spotlight. And let's change the position of the spotlight here. I'm just kind of trying to get the angle of the shadows the way I want them. And then I'm going to adjust her eye position. Something, I don't know, what do you think? Something like that. Maybe back out just a little bit. Now, I want to save this into position 2. So I want to save the lights, the camera, the pose. And I'm going to save this into position 2. And as each of the ingredients reports back to the preset system, it turns that system green. And so what it says over here at the top is it was last saved at 1:10 p.m. That's what time it is. And it saved the red, green, blue, and projector light. The camera's currently unlocked. It's setting the focal distance so I can get the focal distance right for depth of field. The pose ball was saved in what sim it was in and what pose it was in, the position of the eye, and what region this is. I'll show this in a second. All right, so let's say we want to go look at that first pose again. I can now hit restore. And there's the camera angle that I used in that first shot. Notice the lighting change and everything else. And then I can go over and there's the lighting position that I had in the second one. So let's say I don't want to mess with the camera angle, but I like the lighting only from the first thing that we saved. I can just do that and it will keep the old camera position and the old lighting position, but move over to this. Or let's say go back to that pose 2. And I liked the camera angle from camera 1. I can just say, let's use the lighting from pose 2, but let's get the camera angle from camera 1. So what's really, really cool is, and it says it up here at the top, the depth of field, the depth of focus is 0.69 meters. It computed the depth of field so that if you do turn depth of field on, you get the angles that you want. Okay, I have shot here before. And I actually created 9 presets. Let me get them out of the dark here for a second. Sun position midday so you can see me. I've reworked the backup server and actually made it wearable as well. So if you can kind of look in here, I actually have 9 presets saved in this little backup server. And these presets were actually saved here, and the name of the prim when I saved it was Noir, which is the name of this sim. So what I can do is from the preset menu, I can actually restore the presets that I had saved from a while ago. And now it copied the 9 presets over that I saved in my little HUD. I can have as many of these little backup servers in my inventory as I want. This particular one I just called Noir so I could come back here. And so back on October 24th, I had saved some presets. Let's go through a preset or 2 and see what happens. I'm going to do a preset restore that I saved a while ago. And go back to midnight here, world sun position midnight. I had named this wide spot piano. Well, there's the piano in the background. I set the spotlight position. I set the color of the spotlight position. I set the colors on her, and it placed her in the room correctly, and it resaved all of this. I can pick another one here. And this particular one actually has one of the gobos on the projector. Actually, we didn't go through that, but I can at least show it to you here. What you're going to see is piece of semi-transparent prim in front of the gobo, and this actually projects a textured light then that you can kind of see in the room, and which makes it really, really cool for some of this work here. I took this. Let's pick one of another ones that I had done here. I like this one a little bit better here. There she is sitting up on the bar with her legs up and whatnot. So notice other than having to res the sit ball to move the model around, everything here is done zero res. I could bring another model in a week from now and reuse some of these presets. If I'm doing product photography, I can save all my light, camera, and pose positions, and then come back when I have another outfit another day, or I didn't finish shooting the outfit that day. I can come back and restore the presets that I have saved. 9 of them can sit into the HUD, but then with a backup server, you can res as many of these as you want and have as many sets of presets as you want. I think it's a very cool system. Is there anything else I want to talk to you about? Okay, the only other thing on the backup restore server, just looking at my notes here, is backup restore server works really, really nice to back up your poses as well. So I have about 250 poses in this thing. It's very, very nice to not have to worry about all of the whether I'm going to lose my animations or not. So what you do is just res a backup server, hit backup, and it'll copy a copy of all your poses into that server. If your HUD ever dies, you ever delete it, I've had Second Life lose a HUD now and then at least I've still got a backup of all my poses and I can just bring it all back in. Or even if there's an update, you can do a quick backup restore. This is LUMIPro, guys. It gives you very fine detail control. It opens up the entire world of Second Life for photography for you. You're not just stuck into into an environment. You get a little bit more benefit if you can res, but even if you can't res, there's a lot you can do. Okay. Sammy and I are always around if you got questions. LumiPro.blogspot.com is where you got manuals, training videos, and a bunch of other interesting stuff. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks. Bye.